Oh, so I'm going to share a very simple breathing technique using the hand. So when you go up the thumb, you inhale, and then you go down and exhale, and then continue. And you can extend the exhale to make it more relaxing. And then when you get here, just start again. By extending the exhale, it activates the dorsal vagal, the vagus nerve, which is the parasympathetic, the rest and digest nervous system. So it helps with anxiety or stress. And it's the perfect amount of time to have like a breath hold at the top and then straight away exhale. So you can follow your own rhythm or count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As long as the exhale is longer than the inhale, it should work. And if you're really stressed, you can take a short inhale and a very long exhale. But don't try and blow or suck the air in or out. You just want to relax. So the air, as your diaphragm expands or descends, the air is pulled in naturally. Then as the diaphragm contracts or goes back up, it relaxes the lungs and pushes the air out. So you can think of breathing from the belly to the chest and then the chest to the belly. So it's like a wave. And you can have one hand on the stomach and the chest if it helps. And try and have a good pelvis posture to keep the spine straight and supported, especially the lower back. But you want the back ribs to be able to expand as well, so trying to keep them free. And this helps us to connect with our body and bring energy into the body because we're always in our mind. So I hope that helps. That's one technique I use. Another one is where you hold the finger and you breathe in and out for that finger 3 times, and then you move to the next finger, so 3 breaths on each. And once you get to the 5th, then you hold the palm for another 3 breaths. So in total that's 30, and then the 2 palms is 36. And the same method, you can exhale slower to calm down, or if you want to wake up, then inhale slower and with more force. But it's really tuning into your natural rhythm, and then whatever your desire is, if your desire is to move, then you will naturally start to breathe in deeper and wake your system up, preparing the mental faculties for the activity. So whether it's a cold shower or going for a walk, but heart rate variability is the key component, which is where you're able to adapt to either the inhale, so the heart rate increases, or the exhale, the heart rate decreases. And if you really want to balance that out, you can listen to your heart as you breathe, and then when it synchronizes, then the heart starts to dance with the breath. So it's a beautiful thing, and it gets you into a deep meditation or a meditative state. So it allows us to enjoy that tranquil breath, and also in daily life we can use it. No one's going to know if you're just holding your thumb and fingers. So it's also helps with the 5 elements and 5 emotions, which are worry, fear, anger, sadness, and too much thinking or doing too much of anything, which is the heart. So you've got the stomach and spleen, the kidneys and bladder, liver and gallbladder, lungs and large intestine, kidney, heart and small intestine. So that's not meridians, that's a system separate to that. The meridians, this is where the organs are represented by the finger. So this is another system, but not to be confused with the meridian system, which is where the 6 meridians go to the hands and 6 to the feet, and then 1 in the center, or a few in the center actually, and then 8 extraordinary meridians going internally. So that's part of Neigon training. But really the chi we speak of when we're doing qigong is universal. It's a collective energy. So the body moves the chi. We don't try to manipulate too much unless we're trying to heal something. The whole body's functioning as one, so we like to work it as a whole and get the energy flowing, which is how we get health. And just to calm the mind as well, you can massage the head. This also activates the vagus nerve, and the ears on the front, this part, you can press or circle. So the vagus nerve goes to the ears, and then massage behind the ears and the neck and the face if you want, just tap or massage. Give it love and care, and then massage the collarbone and just breathe into your hands. You can place them on the lower back or the belly and chant Om. So I like to chant Om through the chakras, starting at the base of the spine and then the sacral chakra under the belly button, then the solar plexus, which is just behind the navel or above, and then the heart is here, heart chakra, and then the throat chakra is here. So each one represents a different thing. Like the base chakra or root chakra is the physical element, so our belongings and where where we stand and feel at home. It could be just in the body, you feel grounded. The second chakra is our energy, so our kundalini that rises to the head, and then it's also creativity, or can be used as creativity, and intimacy, close connections, and also just our general sense of energy. Then the above that is the solar plexus. That's the thought and the action and words. So vibration center. Solar is like sun, so it's a sense of power, and trust, faith, all these strong concepts. And then the heart is connection, authenticity, love, openness, joy, peace, not overjoy, just a mellow joy, like you're seeing a friend or doing something you enjoy. Then the throat chakra is the voice, the truth, sharing ideas, connecting with the ether, the sound realm. It's also connected to hearing. The throat and the ears are connected, so listening and hearing, I guess prayer or chanting are types of practice that work the throat chakra, help to open and speak clearly. And then there's probably more to speak about on that, but the third eye chakra is actually behind in the center, in a part of the brain called the medulla, which is the true third eye, and then the front is just a reflection of that. So as the light enters our eyes, it actually goes into that medulla and then reflects the energy of the back into the heart and the body, and then connects back outwards. So when you see light, you're seeing your own consciousness at the same time, or as well. So it's a non-dual experience. This is getting deep now, but it's true about the law of oneness. It's one of the Hermetic principles. Our mind is not separate to the external world, so everyone has a little bubble of consciousness, which is part of the one consciousness. So we think that I am separate because I have these needs and these feelings and thoughts, but that's our own attachment. So letting go is part of the end of suffering, or the connection with God. So all is frequency, and when we align with what we want, then it really is that simple, and we don't focus on what we don't want, because that would just perpetuate like that happening. So if we're not seeing the money or dream house manifest, we might just keep focusing on that and being disappointed, rather than focusing on what we do want even if it's not there. So when it's not there, it doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It just means that it takes more detail of that imagination to bring it into life. It might involve other people, so there could be other obstacles, and you only know by contrast. So the thing of not having it is actually motivating to create it. So it's like the yin and the yang. You wouldn't know the light without the dark, the absence of light, which isn't a thing. There is no off dark switch. There is a turn the light off, but there's no dark switch. So although black is a color and darkness is an experience, the concepts are created by many levels of perception and color that is part of the universe's expression. So it's very interesting, and that's what the third eye is representing. It's our perception, really. So you've got like indigo children who can see this really clearly, but in fact we're all capable of connecting with that chakra, and really it's just about aligning all of the chakras and then experiencing who we are as God, as awareness through the energy. So just having something to focus on, like the breath or the chakras, these techniques help to bring the principle of yin and yang and all the elements into harmony. And then when you get into the flow state or the meditative state, the mind opens up to the higher dimensions. And there are no dimensions really. They are part of our perception. So the illusion that we hold is also here. It can be, but when we see past the illusion, then we see the higher mind, which is the crown chakra, which isn't really a chakra. It's just it's the aha moment, or it's beyond that. It's complete absorption with life, and it's the reason that Jesus has a halo, and anyone who's enlightened, they have a halo, not literally but metaphysically or spiritually, and that's the crown chakra, which originally wasn't a chakra. There was just 6, or some texts say there was even 4 at one point, but then it's developed into 6, and then the crown is also been added recently, and then the bindu is like the one at the back. So these are not really chakras, but they're just extensions, and it's not a strict rule. Like you could make another one here, for example, why not, and just chant Om to that. The point is, where do you feel the energy the most, and then you can scan your body and let that tension go, or just feel that energy and transcend. So this is all part of the Qigong experience and meditation